Back in 2000-something BC, a boy, a real boy at that, not some wooden magical monster terrorizing a small village with lies and trickery while in a gang of literal wolves, got swallowed by a big ol' whale, like me inhaling Chinese food at Red Walk in Muskegon, Michigan, while I was a sad bachelor listening to Bright Eyes' Lovers I Don't Have to Love on repeat. Hey, if you're a parent listening, that's called a cry for help in teenager. But this kid had to wait for this whale to chuck him up from a little tickle in his throat, hee style. However, that's not the point. The point is this kid should have had a buff, brooding strongman like Daigo to punch their way out of that whale's stomach. But still my beating gut, Daigo. My name is James.
I'm Nicole.
And we are Mostly Speaking Sentai.
Hey, welcome to Mostly Speaking Sentai.
Yeah, welcome. My name's James, as I said, and that's my co-host, Nicole. We're in for a doozy of an episode. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic because we have returning guests, champions of this show, freaking fan favorites. Fingers crossed that episode hasn't been released, but I know they will. I know. Well, one's here again, but we have another, hopefully, favorite of the show. Guess what? We have the Morph Bots. Yay. Say hello, Morph Bots, and introduce yourself.
Okay, hey, I'm Andrew. I've already been on it. We both pointed at each other to try to get the other to go first.
And that's why I laughed.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Brian. Thanks, Andrew.
And back to you.
So Brian wasn't on the last Morph Bots episode, but just for a quick recap, or anyone who's listening to the show for the first time, do you want to explain Morphbots real quick?
Morphbots is like Power Rangers, only intentionally funny. So we took a bunch of old Japanese shows and we redubbed them because we thought it'd be easy to do. And it turns out it was really hard and took like 2 years.
Yeah.
So we greatly appreciate anyone who's ever watched it or even just noticed it because it was a labor of love, that's for sure.
Hey, these two people right here have accounted for 20 views.
That's incredible. Thank you both very much from the bottom of our hearts.
Out of our 60, you guys are 20.
Yes. No, the first episode is at 1,000 right now.
Yeah, we're climbing.
Yeah. We just got to start telling everyone, hey, listen to episode 2, 3, 4 has a lot. The Megamorph one. Isn't that what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it's so good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It got a lot of reshares on its own. I think the fact that it has some pretty heavy subject matter, that episode.
Yeah.
It's about getting addicted to morphine. Not morphine, but like leveling up your Morphbot suit. He gets an upgrade, and it feels so good to be so powerful. Brian over here continues to upgrade until it affects his life. I think it being our very special episode has helped it get some extra views.
I think all the episodes were very special episodes.
That's true. I'm happy to report I have not morphed in 85 days.
Yes.
Just keeping it clean.
5 more days, you get that 90-day chip.
Yep.
That's true. And actually, after watching the shows we watched today, I'm pretty confident I'll never morph again.
So that's a perfect segue. He's good. He's a professional. Brian, you're a professional.
Doesn't feel that way right now. Thank you very much.
Why?
Oh, just, I'm just grinding. So I'm 32. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's a professional, guys. Listen to that voice. He knows how to segue, and I know how to fuck up that segue. So today's episodes, we're going back into the Kujaku saga. Just like I said, Daigo was punching guts. I'm going to do an episode description. Jump in whenever you want. It's totally fine. In today's episode's rumbling child stones and true love at full speed. I wish I had Kujaku's body, beak and all. But have you ever seen an appealing ventriloquist puppet? Oh, you haven't? Well, unless you're into voodoo, masonry, or Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, that's not going to change on this episode. The Gorma need Gorma, and instead of grabbing Father Magnet, a previous Gorma that we've talked about, and doing some door-to-door missionary work, I always get that word mixed up because, hey, I don't know anything about it. gain a following or even start a street team to hit up Gorma adjacent concerts and conventions to put the word out. They're just going to go around to children seeing what happens to their blood after shining a light on them. It's kind of like what Dexter Morgan does, but the Gorma are keeping the blood on the inside. Daigo then comes to save the day and beg for a smooch with his pouting eyes. Please, Miss Peacock Lady, may I have a smooch? I'm winking at or blinking at Nicole. I'm doing a double-eyed wink at Nicole. If he weren't so brooding, he'd be the epitome of nice guy. Air quotes on nice guy. A girl then gets kidnapped because she doesn't turn to stone after a puppet man looks at her. Oh, God. Nicole would turn to stone if I had Kujaku's body, frozen from my beauty, that
Nozer,
is.
what did you talk me into here?
Did you not have him listen to another episode?
I sent him the one that we were on. While you've been reading this, I feel like Brian has been trying to turn me to stone with his eyes, just like the puppet in this episode.
I'm very worried now.
Why? Because it's a recurring joke that I wish I had a female's body because
It's not a joke. It's real.
I feel Nicole would be better off that way.
Okay, I support your journey.
Where are we at? But Kujaku is to blame here. She hypnotized this kid just like 50 Cent's PS2 game Bulletproof hypnotized this kid with dope graphics, that is. But don't worry, the Die Ranger are on the scene and smash the Sizely Stone Man, but no. It was the little man the whole time. We thought the dummy was the dummy, but it was the man who was the dummy, you dummies. But never fear, the Ranger are here and smash the stone again. In the end, Kujak is weak and sad, just how Nicole likes him.
What?
My mom's gonna hear these and think that you are bi-curious, but Mom, she's not. This is just a bit I keep doing.
I don't think that's what she's going to think at all.
I think she's going to think you have low self-esteem.
I think she's going to think, when is my son going to stop making me listen to his podcast?
No, I do not make her listen.
No, she's going to think, when are you going to get a lady's body?
Yeah, my mom would love having another daughter.
She probably would.
Oh, man, my mom, you listening? I know you are right now. She's like, oh, my God, my baby boy's shouting me out. Hey, Mom, this isn't a shout out. This is just putting out into the ether that I have a mom.
Leave Marge alone.
Yeah, that's a story for another podcast.
Yeah.
In True Love at Full Speed, the title does not live up to the hype. Spoilers, still no smooching. But damn, if I could smooch Nicole with Kujaku's beak, Nicole would wife me on the spot. But god dang, this episode is dope. We get Gorma backstory and lore, which we need more of. You better believe this kid right here was reading every journal in every RPG I ever played. I need to know when and why the Flaming Fist formed to protect Baldur's Gate, and I'll only get those from reading notes I found in random desk drawers in a tavern's inn, with 2 N's on that inn. We see Heatwave Hood, and he's hot with 2 T's and a single T. And he's Gorma on some real pillage shit, sword and sorcery type stuff, coming in on a horse to burn families? You want to know a family who is easy to burn? The Carters. I mean, pretty unoriginal name, having the same last name as Beyonce and Jay-Z, Mr. President. How about we call you the Tartars, because your whole name and whole presidency sounds a little fishy to me. Meteorologist Mullum here. I see a warm front coming in, a dang heat wave. So hot not even children in the summertime are safe from its murderous burns. You got sizzled, Jimmy. Speaking of heat waves,
What the fuck?
global warming and pollution are killing birds, specifically beautiful ladybirds. Bobby, because the dog on laugh into the microphone so people know others are laughing.
Please extend on that joke.
Oh, Ladybird on King of the Hill is the dog.
Okay.
And then I said, Bobby, Butterfree.
I'm okay, Dad.
Kujaku's feathers are browning, But I know Nicole prefers brunettes anyway, so give me that bod to have my soul in, girl. Or better yet, give Nicole that bod with my soul in it. Wink, wink, Nicole. I did a terrible wink right there. But Kujaku and Daigo get eaten up by Heatwave Hood, and they have to punch his guts out, spilling magma entrails and burning coal organs. Not really, though. It's not that graphic. Remember, this is a kid show after all. Then we see Gara and her busting boobies, who was friends with Kujaku back in the days of yore. I don't think we find that out in this episode. We don't. But that's how she got that scratch.
No, yeah, that's in like the last episode.
But hey, Gara got that scratch on her face and turned evil. I mean, what lady wouldn't, though? Am I right, Morphbots?
Yeah.
That's a callback from the previous Morphbots episode. But they clobber Heatwave, and Kujaku says she needs to leave to stay alive. In the end, Daigo thinks he still has a chance with the gnarly peacock, but he should move on already. He'll never get a smooch from Kujaku because she'll be soon smooching Nicole. Die Ranger.
Woo! I'm so worried about Nicole right now.
Brian, your first time on the podcast. You've never seen Super Sentai before, have you?
No, I have not.
What'd you think?
That was awful.
You thought it was awful?
Do you guys like this?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misread the room.
Before we get too into this episode, I
guess I looked around and I just thought, babe, I don't know what I thought. Sorry. Sorry. I hated it.
For real? What didn't you like about, or what did you like about it?
I guess, as Melzer said, from an art department perspective, they really made a lot of great costumes. So I think that's cool.
Hey, I'll take that as a win.
So, some insight into working on Morphbots. Brian hated every minute of watching Juko B-Fighter, which is what we edited together to be the show. So, yeah, most of the, especially in the, what we would call the exploratory phase, where we had to watch every episode and log what we thought was in it, Brian was pretty depressed.
Can I ask, who sold you on the idea of Morphbots?
That's a heated topic. I would just say I think it's difficult. Obviously, there's like a cultural barrier there. There's like a time barrier because it's older, it's a different country, all sorts of stuff I try to appreciate. But no, if I have my druthers, I don't necessarily, I can't really watch them non-ironically, I suppose. Yeah.
If you had your choice to redub any show that you would enjoy watching it before redubbing it and making it comedic, what would you do?
I don't know. That's a great question. I guess that what made it fun to redub is that there is some crazy action in these shows.
Yeah.
So that is always fun to have to justify. So it would probably be something along those lines that have, like where something actually happens in it. You know, like King of the Hill, I don't think you could really... I mean, that was already funny to begin with, and it's also not clear why that show has to be animated, I guess. But yeah, I don't know.
Whoa. Hot shot.
No, it's great. It's a good show. I just think like it also could have been a sitcom, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing crazy about it.
Was it cheaper to animate? I don't know, but
I think just at the time Mike Judd had his toe in animation more.
Yeah. Definitely. If you watch it, does look like it's as I've said before, it looks like Beavis and Butthead for rednecks. Like whereas of course Beavis and Butthead was for erudites and scholars. But I'm just saying, like, the figurines, the drawings, of course, look very similar. Anyway, if you're into these shows, that's really cool. Congratulations. I want to rip on your deal.
No, this is different because you are the first person to say that you didn't like it. We've had some people say, it was interesting, I wouldn't watch it again.
Yeah.
But you're the first person just to say, and I like this. I want to dive into it.
Okay.
What?
Yes.
If you could, okay, let's do this. If you could change one thing about the show, what would it be?
I don't even know if it needs to be changed. It's just not for me. I mean,
it
worked. I think it clearly worked for people in Japan 25 years ago, and so that's great. Like, but I don't know. One thing is tricky there. I don't know.
No, that's fine. If especially since you're saying like, hey, it's not for me. I'll take that over anyone just saying you hate something. If you understand, yes, there is artistic merit here. I mean, I might just also be forcing that word into your mouth.
No, I said it too. I said definitely from our art department. I mean, it's amazing that the actual practical effects that they do.
Yeah.
And you don't see that much anymore. There's like no CGI whatsoever in these. That's pretty cool. I really appreciate that. I even appreciate when they, they just do the big Zord fights and everyone's just clearly in suits and stuff. Like, a lot of it's really literally ingenious the way that they've produced it and stuff. I just have a hard time I don't know, really, really getting into it from losing myself in it.
Hey, Nicole, how easy do you think it'll be aren't they called Frankenbites?
Yeah.
We're going to make a Frankenbite out of that and just cut around what you said to you just saying, I love this show.
That's fine. I mean, yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
No, it's okay. You're welcome to. I don't.
No, absolutely. We're not going to do that.
I don't need to die on the hill about any of this, so I appreciate it. Anyway.
No, I don't want you to feel like you're singled out.
No,
like when James first started watching this show, it was like I was like, "That's fine, you can watch it. I'm gonna go do something else."
And then he roped you in with his his passionate poetry that really made you realize.
Yes. Very good rhymes in your poems.
Hey.
That really won me over. No, the thing that I really liked about him was just the monster costumes and stuff. And the fact that they don't use any CGI. And we were trying to watch, I don't remember why you were even pulling stuff up, but we were watching clips of newer series, and a lot of them used a lot of CGI, and I was like, I hate this.
Yeah, it does start. It just doesn't feel as authentic if there is a bunch of CGI in it. But for real, we're gonna start joking on the episode.
No, go for it.
And if you have anything to rip on as well, this is a open space.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I feel very at home and welcome, and you guys have been awesome. So anyway, you guys are definitely very cool.
Yes. Guess what? All 4 morph bots think we're cool. Yes. 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 Nicole, chant along with me. Oh, man. Nicole, you just got canceled, as the kids are saying these days.
I just want to see that dog.
What dog?
I just want to see that cute dog.
What, Ladybird?
No, Pete's dog.
Oh, Pete's
Edie.
dog.
Yeah.
Does Pete's dog think we're cool?
You'll have to go over and find out.
Oh, man.
I bet she does.
Okay, fingers crossed. So let's get into the episode. First, the girl doesn't know if she has a pet. In the beginning of the first episode, Daigo asks, hey, do you have a pet? And she kind of goes, just tell us if you have a pet or not.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that she didn't say that she had a pet and was extremely forthcoming with a stranger about when her parents are home.
I didn't even look into that.
Yeah, well, it's just as a latchkey kid, the first thing you're not supposed to do is be like, no one's home at my house. I'm going there alone. I'm there alone every day after school. Here's the key to the house.
Yes, I was just about to say, I leave the key around a lot. What do you have, Nicole? What's first on your note?
First of all, just the name of the guy is cool. It's Funeral Figurine Ventriloquist.
That's such a good name.
I like that. Ooh, okay. So the reason why this thing is in this episode is they're trying to find kids that don't turn into stone because
they have Gorma blood.
They must have Gorma blood in them.
Yeah.
Oh, was that intentional, or was that the outcome was they found a kid who has Gorma blood?
The thing with that girl is she actually didn't have Gorma blood. The only reason she didn't turn into stone,
hypnotized.
Yeah, because Kujaku must have also put a spell on her. She put a spell on you.
Okay, but my question from that is that how they make Gorma monsters?
No, I think they were just in a pinch to find more.
Yeah, that's how they were just going to make a couple tiny Draculas.
Yeah, oh yes. They don't even go back to that.
Oh yeah, that scene where they have capes and weird teeth.
Gorma kids equal goth vampire LARPers. That's what they equal.
But they did successfully with the other puppet guy turn kids into evil things. They turned them into puppets.
Oh, I feel like they missed something from a story standpoint there, because they had a puppet master villain who turned kids into stone. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, here's another puppet. Like that's what's going to
Because-
happen.
Because, okay, that was my other thing was...
Hey, Nicole, remember you can move that mic to talk into it. It keeps moving.
Oh, can I walk around the room while I do this
Yeah.
with my mic?
Oh, no.
do that.
Ah,
No, you don't have a shock mount on your mic.
Damn.
Turning them into stone. What?
You can swivel it, so you're not.
Don't tell me what to do.
Oh, my God.
Here we go.
Good. I'm glad we're finally having it out.
Oh God.
The puppet.
Turning him into stone. First, he's a figurine. He's a funeral figurine, which the only reason why like this thing looks familiar to me is from like Studio Ghibli movies, like Spirited Away and they're in, I think it's in Nausicaa, and they're like these creepy little like stone dudes that are supposed to be like spirit guardians or something. So they're
Okay.
like little like rock or like cement like statues that they must put in like funerals or something or cemeteries or something.
That makes sense. Kind
I've
of
never really looked into it, but I think that's like the origin of that monster.
Gotcha. And how many of them are marionette puppets?
0.
Okay.
I would want my figurine.
But that's why they're stone.
I'd want my figurine to be like a cool dude on a surfboard, sunglasses and all.
I want mine to be Brian watching this show. just sad.
What would your figurine be, Brian?
I think I was asleep for this, so I think that it would be like a little boy with a nightcap, like snuggled under a blanket, with like sheep counting over his head.
That'd be great. Nicole, draw it up.
Draw it up.
What would your...
Do you think I could bring the nightcap back? Do you think like, anyone would question if they just caught me sleeping with a big stocking?
Why did people have those? Because it was so cold in the house,
I guess.
and then you didn't have sheets or something. Like
I think
you
it
weren't
was
blanket?
fashionable.
It might have just been fashionable.
Maybe, yeah.
It was sexy.
Yeah.
Ooh. Nicole wears somewhat nightcaps.
Beanies?
Yeah, those are your nightcaps.
Sure.
Well, so like that makes sense to me. Falling asleep with like a beanie on, but taking the beanie off to apply a nightcap is where it becomes crazy
Yeah,
to me.
they're like pointed.
Yeah, Santa hats.
It's not, I don't know.
Probably keep your hair moist.
which is important.
Yeah.
Maybe people
What?
with long hair kept their hair in the nightcap.
Keep
I don't
your-
know why that just sounds gross to me.
Yeah, it does. It would start because if it's wet.
Why is it wet?
Brian said something
What
about
hat keeps your hair moist?
You don't want your hair to dry out.
yeah.
Also,
you-
keep your pillows cleaner if your hair was
Yeah.
dirty.
I
oh
could-
yeah,
pillow cleaner.
Oh, that's
I
that might be
guess.
what it was.
Maybe
To keep
but
the
your hat would
oily-
just fall off.
There's
While you're
probably like a
asleep.
little tie like on pajama pants.
It was probably just because they were
No.
cold, right?
I have a niece who thought if she wet her hair down, then braided it, and then woke up in the morning and undid the braids, she would have naturally curly hair. But all it did was made her hair smell like garbage because it was just wet hair sitting for 8 hours.
It doesn't make your hair curly, it makes it wavy, but you don't have to make it wet. You just keep it for you just do it for like a couple days and then you
Like-
take it out and it's all like crimpy.
Yeah, I did that when in my juggalo phase.
Sure.
Now, this is
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a juggalo phase in middle school.
No way.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was we're from Michigan, so of course ICP is there always.
Yeah. Woo
Yeah.
woo.
Whoop whoop.
How much of your diet during that period of your life was Faygo?
I would every single day in the dead of winter walk maybe a mile and a half to Speedway or Phillips 66
Well,
was
it's
the
not
gas
that
station.
Far.
It's where that Taco Bell is.
It's gonna
Yeah,
get
it's
farther
not that far. It's
Every
not a
year he
mile.
tells the story.
Yeah.
It's going to get a little bit farther.
Okay, then half a mile in the dead of winter.
15 miles.
50.
I had to hitchhike cross state. I did that as a teenager too, to get to a Juggalo type concert. My
Talk
parents
about
didn't
your
know.
Faygo
So
diet.
Yeah, wait, but then we're gonna cycle back to this hitchhiking thing because that's
I would have
Laura.
I would have like 65 cents in the previous day's Faygo can. I would go there. I'd return the can, have enough, and I would get another Faygo. So once a day, I would go down to a gas station, get some Faygo, go back, usually a Rock and Rye, maybe a cream soda.
What is rock and rye?
It's strawberry or cherry cream soda, I believe.
now.
What?
Yeah.
During this trip, are you clowned up?
No, I only was in face paint maybe 4 or 5 times.
Oh, damn.
I wasn't because I don't like eating with my hands because I don't like grease and stuff on my hands or my face. So putting that on my face was gross.
Oh, I can imagine.
Ugh.
Is that why you stopped being a juggalo?
Yeah, let's just say that. They released the Tempest. That's why I stopped being a juggalo. That was their first.
I don't like ICP. 1 month later, hey, I think I'm gonna go to the gathering.
You're going to the gathering?
Hey,
No,
I'm gonna go.
Are you a juggalo?
No.
Are you a juggalo?
No, I'm not a juggalo.
Wouldn't going to the gathering be kind of fun?
I do watch the video they put out every year.
No, I don't think it would be kind of fun.
Much in the way that he
Thank
doesn't
you.
like this show.
I think you just need to be our roommate, so I have someone on my side.
Oh yeah, sorry.
For
I think
these
I
arguments.
think I signed a lease somewhere else. Hey,
You think?
I'm pretty sure. So also while I'm trying to figure things out. So what do you call the things on the bookshelves?
What What things?
All of these things.
Just toys.
Knickknacks,
Okay.
garbage.
I would never.
That
I'm
I
not
pay
trying
money
to.
he didn't have
for-
much of a childhood.
I'm not trying to be.
I'm not proud of it. I have a problem. Like,
No,
and I get
she's-
so mad. I'm like, this is just a hunk of plastic. Why the fuck
Yeah.
do I pay money for this?
No, they're
and I'm
pretty
like,
colors.
but it's so cute.
They're cool shapes and stuff. I'm just thinking like while you have an alien here, like you might as well just like I might as well get educated.
Sure.
Yeah, Brian
I
isn't
also-
much of a human.
I mean, I work at a comic book store, so I
Oh,
get all
nice.
this stuff for like 40% off.
Oh, that's great.
So I'm
That's
not
awesome.
even. So I'm like, it's on sale.
Yeah, no judgment. I was just I get it.
Oh, yeah, she wasn't assuming you had judgment. She is constantly in a
I'm judging
perpetual
myself
debate.
always.
No, you shouldn't. You should love what you're doing. Yeah, for sure.
No, because if I did, it would be so much worse.
Right.
If you loved it.
Yeah.
Oh.
If she admitted that she loved it.
Oh, okay.
Or didn't wrestle
it.
with the
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
I get it. I've been there.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Warhammer?
I did not, but it's up my alley. It's something I would have wanted.
Okay, cool.
But I'm super cheap, so
There was a
Oh.
big barrier to entry
Yep.
that was how much all those things cost.
Yeah.
it's insane.
Every time someone tried to push that game on me, I was like, great, where do I sign up? And they were like, awesome, spend $300 and you'll suck at it. And then you'll have to like slowly invest money over years to continue to get good at it. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that.
Are people still playing Warhammer?
Yeah.
I imagine.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's the same with Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
We once went to a comic book store on a Saturday that was hosting a huge tournament. So we had to wait in line for probably 15, 20 minutes, and every single person in front of us was spending at least $215
yeah.
just on cards and entry for this tournament.
Oh yeah.
It was insane.
That's insane.
Brian, were you almost in Warhammer?
No, I just remember I knew some people played Warhammer and I was like, oh, adjacent to it, and was just like, dang, that looks awesome.
Is that a video game?
It's like an actual board game where you have to spend a lot of time painting the little pieces.
Yeah, it's
and-
miniatures.
And then the miniatures do certain things. So you have to buy like specialty miniatures.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just becomes like a whole.
Yeah, unless
Money
anyone
sink.
lest anyone think I'm passing judgment, I do improv comedy, so I'm pretty much lower on the totem pole than all of these things. I'm like 3 notches below a juggalo.
Yep.
Like
no.
10 notches below Warhammer.
I feel like we should make improvers wear face paint just so we can see them in public, just
Oh,
like
yeah.
juggalos. I think it's a fair system.
The Gathering of the Juggalos has comedy tents every year. Try and
Morph
get
bots.
yes, more
Gathering
bots
of the
booked at the
Juggalos.
Gathering.
Well,
Oh my
juggalos
God.
did seem like they had a sense of humor. Just from the outside, a lot of people seemed like they wanted to rip on them really hard, but then when you started I don't know, it seemed like there was some jokes involved with the juggalos.
Yeah, they've done a couple movies that are
Oh, I've watched them.
big money hustlers and
Yeah,
rustlers.
is that the cowboy one, the
Yeah.
western? Yeah, I watched that.
I couldn't get through rustlers, But Hustlers, I watched a pirated version that had the made by X video or whatever, or
You
made by
couldn't
Power
pay me to
Videos.
watch that movie.
Oh, guess what?
All right, well,
Someday
then
on
I won't.
Patreon when we get one.
I said you couldn't pay me to watch
I
that
was prepared.
movie.
I have my wallet out and everything. I was prepared to try to make it happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, improv, way lower than all of that.
Yeah.
We do a gathering every
Scum
year.
of the earth.
We go, yeah. It's called the Del Close Improv Festival in New York City.
Yeah.
It's even worse than the gathering at Cave in Rock, Illinois, I
Yeah.
promise.
Well, it's a lot of the similar things. They'll chuck feces at Tila Tequila.
That's
my favorite Juggalo story. So I think I brought it up on the last podcast.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. I was going to say, I know I've talked about this on a podcast. Was it this? So, yes.
Yeah.
I love improv comedy.
Okay.
So,
No, I do too. I'm also a little bit like you are with the trinkets. I'm trying to be derisive, but like the what you call them, figurines. Same way of like I really loved it. What'd you say? I'm trying
she
not
said
to.
trinkets.
I don't know.
She said
It's
it.
fine. Keep going.
Knick-knack.
Yeah.
Action figures. Some of them aren't. Yeah, so it's
My
like
brother called me the queen of knickknacks.
the queen of knickknacks.
Because I was like, here, take some.
That's perfect.
Because I was like, because I had all these like, because I'll also get damages from work, and it'll be like the stupidest shit, and
Yeah.
they'll be like, we don't want this, just take it home, and I'm like, okay.
Yep, that's
So I
what I'm
was
talking
like,
about.
I was like, take these.
So you're saying you're wrestling with
Yeah, if
what
I
you
would,
love.
No. If I was an improv, I would go to every improv festival, and I would, I already do it like 4 nights a week. So I mean, you could imagine,
Jeez.
how much worse it could get.
Where do you do improv at?
I have a couple places I do it. I have like 3 shows I'm pretty much a part of, and
Plug them.
we do this show at the Cards Against Humanity Theater Wednesday nights, the Air and Water Show. It's independent improv, which is pretty fun. And then I play with Cards Against Humanity when they do their live shows, and then I play with Improvised Shakespeare, which is at IO Theater, which is a lot of fun.
He's a top dog then. That's a big deal, isn't it?
I've been doing it for a little while.
He pantses new improvisers and
This
hazes
dude's
them.
humble as hell over here. Morph bots.
Except for the varsity jacket he's wearing that has all this information sewn into it.
Yeah, I lettered in improv a long time ago. So anyway, Nicole, I could relate to what you're saying. That's absolutely the truth. I'm like, yep, this is my life.
The
you have these-
only way I justify it is I'm like, it could be drugs, but it's not. So that's a thing.
That's a great way to justify it. Yeah, it
It's
could
a
always
good
be
way
worse.
to end up doing drugs. Is to just keep doing things and be like, well, it's not drugs. Then one day it's going to be.
That's my brother would spend money. Did anyone play Diablo 2?
Yes.
On eBay, you could buy, people would say, hey, I have 10,000 gold for sale for $10.
Oh.
My brother, or like Stone of Jordan, it was a big ring that gave you, I think, 1+ for skill points, and you could wear 2 of them, so it would boost your skill points by 2. My brother would buy those so he wouldn't have money to buy drugs. So Diablo 2 became his anti-drug.
I would have loved that commercial.
And then Kingdom Hearts became it too, just because he would spend all his time playing Kingdom Hearts. Instead of, idle hands are the devil's playground. That might be the saying. But
It's close enough.
yeah, so he would just buy stuff on Diablo 2 and spend all his time playing Kingdom Hearts, so he wasn't toking that kind butter, doing a whole sleeve of course eating.
Sweet.
I feel like you speak a completely different language. And I'm here for it, but I don't necessarily follow most of the time.
He's
Just for the record. So if it feels
Yeah.
like Brian's being really quiet, I just don't understand. So I'm doing my best.
You should listen to my story, Derms Clerman. You wouldn't understand any of it then.
one of his favorite things to do is to like purposefully make a joke or like reference something that like he knows no one that's around him will understand.
People know what Coruscant is.
I love how she just said that as if I'm a couples therapist and she was trying to vent. But okay, yeah.
I'm not complaining. I'm just like, that's his sense of humor.
Aw,
My sense
that's
of
sweet.
humor is also talking about weird drug stuff, like Freon. You ever huffed Freon?
Isn't that a coolant?
Yes, it is. That was the drug of choice. That was the drug of choice in my in my neighborhood for the stoner kids. They would go around to AC units with a big trash bag and then just fill up the trash bag and just walk around the neighborhood, a suburb, a nice area, huffing out of this bag.
I mean, it's Muskegon, so it's not really that nice.
I mean, my hometown had a lot of like stuff like that. I recall one kid being like, "We're all gonna get high," and we were like, "Okay, cool. So you have like weed?" And he was like, "No, I have paint thinner at my house."
No,
just
luckily,
like, no, that's all right.
No one did
okay.
paint thinner. That is good, guys. We should get back to this episode.
Nah.
I had a setup with Juggalos as Gorma that I was waiting to try to squeeze in to get us back, but here we are. Let's just do it.
Say it.
Well, no, I mean, it would have been when you walking down the street dressed as a Juggalo, how passing upon that as a hitchhiker would have been just like meeting a Gorma.
I'll tell a hitchhiking story.
And you just get get beat up because they think you're a Gorma.
When I was 16, there was a concert that no one could drive me to that was across state. So Muskegon is on the edge of Lake Michigan, and Detroit is, by this side of the Palm. So it's completely across state. And as a 16-year-old, I said, I'm going to this concert. I will tell my parents.
Great.
What?
You're just like the Jack Kerouac of terrible shit. That's what Please continue.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's such a good analogy.
But I will tell everyone, my teenage years wasn't that eventful. And then I start thinking back, no, I did this. So
yeah, and I'm like, I was just at home reading books.
And playing Harvest Moon, as we said on the last Morph.
Yeah. Believe me, the last 37 minutes have proved that your teenage years were plenty eventful.
Okay. A lot of it, though, was spent in a basement listening to hardcore rap music while playing Tony Hawk 3, but it was sprinkled with things like this. So
he loves talking about it, though.
About what? Tony Hawk 3? Yeah, it's a great game.
No, just like your time growing up.
Yeah, that's my story. Who lives, who dies, who tells this story? This podcast does, baby.
I guess.
That's Hamilton.
Yep.
That's what he does. That you just said it, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
That's exactly what you were talking about.
I think everyone knows what Hamilton is, though.
Thing.
Yeah, but I hear you. All right, so you're Lake Michigan. You're 16.
Yes. So
head to toe Juggalo.
No, at this time, I was into a more darker subgenre of rap music that is specifically horrorcore. And
so you were head to toe a Dracula.
Yeah. Let's just say yes. I believe I might have been in Jinko jeans, though.
Hell yeah!
Just because they were comfortable. It was like wearing a dress, but people not calling you the F word as you were called a lot in middle school. Because
I wear cargo pants, so you're preaching to the choir.
Because they're comfortable?
Yeah, they're comfortable as heck.
Have you wore Jinko jeans before, though?
No, I'm not entirely sure what that is.
Yeah, were they the ones that were like covered in zippers, like zippers that don't do anything?
Yes,
with
but
like
also
wallet chains and shit.
Yeah.
But they were like huge bell bottoms. They like poofed out.
Okay,
is what
yeah.
Johnny
Yeah.
the homicidal maniac might wear,
Just
or everyone in
another-
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's a good visual for me.
Yep. So I tell a friend, I say, hey, I need you to drive me to the highway so I can start hitchhiking. They said, James, this is a terrible idea. You will be murdered. And I said, no, I will not be murdered. There are kind souls out there. They drive me to the highway. I hop a fence, put on headphones, and start putting my thumb up. I walk maybe 10 minutes. Someone drives and picks me up. And they said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Detroit. And they said, well, I can take you maybe 10 miles. I said, that's fantastic. I'm cool with that. He takes me the 10 miles. I get off, start holding my thumb up again. Someone picks me up and says, where are you going and why are you going? You're a teenager. I said, hey, I'm going to Detroit. How far can you take me? They say, hey, I'm going to Coldwater, Michigan. I can take you halfway there. I can drop you off in Lansing. I said, that's fantastic. Then that person, we don't talk. He was a businessman, clearly, traveling salesman, kind of like a low man from Death of a Salesman. The next people that pick me up are a hillbilly couple who one of them says, oh, our nipples are erect. They say things like that. One of them needs to, I believe the lady needed to get out to pee behind a dumpster. That's where we're going. Then they drop me off, don't get murdered, also don't get sexually assaulted. That's what was my main fear with this couple. They looked like someone who was looking for a young, for a lack of a better term, cuck. And
Luckily, you had all those decoy zippers. If they were trying to get into your pants, it would take them an extra couple minutes.
I unzip one, kind of like a Scooby-Doo thing. My penis pokes out of there, zip it back up, unzip another one, penis pokes out of there. Then,
That's the opposite of what he was saying.
yeah, but no, it tricks them. I guess it's more like whack-a-mole.
No! Not that visual.
So then also zipping up quickly to like conceal a penis, that's a nightmare because then you accidentally zip some of the tip of the head. No, thank you. Then you're bleeding and you can't tell your parents why. You feel uncomfortable and you're bleeding. That's a story. It happened at my grandmother's.
You're on your period. It's fine.
I wish I could say that. Because remember, I wish I had a female's body.
Yes, I do remember. You remind me daily.
You're outside of Lansing.
Oh, no. By this time, I'm 75% there. I thought this would take me a day. I would be sleeping at rest stops. I would have to fend for myself. Well, concert's the next day. I'm now thinking I'm going to be in Detroit, Wayne County, if any sticklers are out there. I was in Southgate, Michigan. Oh, that's technically not Detroit. Well, guess what? Don't add us. They then say, hey, see you later. Then a guy who keeps telling me, I can bring you a better way. Don't listen to MapQuest. Follow this. And I say, I have a terrible memory. I'm not going to listen to your directions. I will follow what my printout of MapQuest says and get me there. He drops me off. Then a very kind soul takes me out of his way. He gets me to the venue. And I say, oh, so do you live around here? And he said, oh, I should have turned back a while ago. But my dad used to always tell me stories of him hitchhiking and going all around the country and even into Canada as a teenager and into his 20s. So I just felt like I had to pay that forward for him. And I said, dude, that's fucking amazing. Thank you so much. Well, now I'm in this parking lot. Concert's the next day. I have maybe 3 friends in this area. I call them and they say, hey, walk this way to this McDonald's. It's a super popular McDonald's. It looks kind of Western style, maybe. We'll meet you there and we'll pick you up. We have a friend who will let you stay at his mom's house in an abandoned car in their backyard. And I say, that's perfect, guys.
What? No one could let you stay on the floor?
I think this was comfortable. I spent a lot of time sleeping in cars, not like because I was homeless, but because I didn't want to sleep at friends' house who I knew they were going to terrorize me when I could just lock my door. They can't get in there, baby. Then I sleep in this person's car. Concert. It's great. The people who are putting on the concert say, hey, so-and-so is looking for you. Go into the what do you call the behind?
Backstage?
Yes, backstage. The backstage area. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Andrew. We get there. And then she starts cussing me out, saying, you could have been murdered. You could have been hurt, this, that. And I'm like, oh, no. And then she says, but I'm glad you're safe. There's pizza over there from Little Caesars. Have fun today. And then I ended up sleeping at this guy's house later on who was super drunk. And I think during the night just dropped an entire casserole on the floor. He said, yeah, I had to clean up a casserole that I spilled on the floor. And then the people who were putting on the show, they lived in our area and said, we will not let you hitchhike back. We will take you home. And then I got behind the scenes of all the juicy details because that record label split up a bunch that night because there was a lot of fighting from one rapper saying that they were going to shoot up the place. And then they said, fuck, we didn't want that person here. We're leaving the record label. And then I was in with with the other record label.
being at the
Damn.
venue sounds more dangerous than just
Yeah.
hitchhiking.
Yeah. Except those erect nipples, they could have poked an eye out, kid.
You never know.
Okay.
Christmas Story.
Yes. He got it. Brian's cool.
Don't say that.
No, Brian's hella cool.
I don't want you to say that.
Guys. I think he's just playing it humble. Brian's cool.
He knows improv. He's
Yes.
the coolest.
Yep.
Who's your favorite improv comedian?
Oh gosh, there's so many legends.
Do you love Nick Cannon? He's my favorite.
Yeah, he goes wild and out, you know.
You ever
Oh, yeah.
met Tim Meadows?
Never have.
He comes to Chicago.
I've heard he's kind of grumpy sometimes, but he is definitely a favorite. Man, he does. Back on his SNL days, he had so many good bits. He did this one sketch, Shirt in a Can. Highly recommend watching Shirt in a Can. It's not a particularly funny sketch other than his reactions are just so great. He's just screaming the whole. It's just so good. He's got a lot of good parts.
I loved him on the Bill Engvall show.
Yeah, he was good in that too. He good in Mean Girls.
He's all around great.
My favorite is his character in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah, the cannibal
The
in
cannibal
prison.
that
Oh, yeah.
eats children.
What's real nice.
And in Pop Star, he was great in that.
Oh, Popstar, I love it.
Yeah.
Someone from Wildin' Out is on SNL actually right now.
Pete Davidson.
Mikey Day. Was Pete Davidson in Wildin' Out?
Pete
He seems
Davidson
too
was
young.
on Wild and Out. Yeah, like 2 years ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess so was Mikey Day.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You kind of look like Mikey Day.
Oh, don't say that. Did I tell you that story?
No, what's that story?
There was a guy. Well, it's worse for my friend Joey, but there was a guy who used to give me and Joey free chicken fries at Burger King.
Cool.
Because I looked like
yes.
Mikey Day and he looked like Andy Milonakis. And he would just be like, "Oh, there they are." And we wanted free chicken fingers, so we just kept going. But I fucking hated Mikey Day because of that.
Why? He got you free chicken fries.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wanted my own identity.
I always got
You
free
have your
chicken
own.
fries when they went bad because I worked at Burger King.
Boom.
Do you need to leave?
What time is it?
Yeah, I kind of I kind of have to go out. I have to leave for Naperville at 5.
What time is it?
4:22.
Oh shit.
If you want to do your plugs right now, you can find. Are you cool for longer?
I could stay for a while longer, yeah.
Okay, we'll get into the episode. Finally,
Are you sure about
Holy
that?
shit!
Ryan, any hot takes on the episode before you go?
No, I don't think I have any hot takes. Well, thanks so much. Yeah, Morphbots, morphbots.com. We have 5 episodes. A lot of people watched the first one, and I'm not sure as many people have seen the other ones, but I think we'd agree, the folks who worked on it, that the second, third, fourth episodes are like the best ones. So
No, we'll agree with that.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah. So check them out. They're up there, and we really appreciate it. They're a lot of fun to work on. They took a lot of time, and we're happy they're out there. So
Hell yeah, for sure. Check them out. We tweet about them all the time.
Yes,
do.
thank you so much.
thank you guys so much. We would not be here without you. We would not have had, I don't think, nearly any views without you guys.
Yeah.
I think
we
you
would
guys-
have given up a lot on social media if we didn't get the occasional retweet from you guys.
And you want to plug your improv shows?
Oh, sure. Yeah, Wednesday nights at the Cards Against Humanity Theater. Come check out the Air and Water Show. Check out the Cards Against Humanity mailing list for when we do the live shows, and Improvised Shakespeare's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights at I.O.
Hell yeah. It was a pleasure having on. You are cool.
Thanks, man. You guys are cool. I'm not
Yes.
gonna call the police when I leave here, but I thought about it several times during some of these stories. I was very worried.
Technically, you should call my parents for child neglect, but they didn't know. My dad didn't know until maybe I was 22 that even happened.
Damn.
Man, that's
No.
how old were you again when you hitchhiked?
16.
Man,
Going on 17.
yeah, you know what that's from?
Okay.
Sound of Music.
All right,
Brian,
yeah.
can we just get one clean? Yeah, that was my favorite part too. And we'll just splice that in.
That was my what part too?
That was my favorite. Or just something like, I love that part of the episode, and we'll just splice that in.
Okay, great. Yeah, I love that part.
Great. Thank you.
I feel like it would be more like, yeah, I hate that part.
That's
How about when, what did you drag me into?
What did you drag me into?
Cool.
No, yeah, thanks again. Because you probably like already were like, oh man, this is going to suck.
No, I was fine with it. I apologize. I didn't mean to be a dick about
No.
it.
Oh, no.
I just figured there was more mileage in being super honest about
Yeah.
my reactions.
Oh,
towards
no.
it.
Yeah, we want you to be honest about it. I guess I was just more taken aback because I thought since you did Morph bots, I thought you would have loved this. But I do remember Andrew saying that you weren't the happiest watching Juco Fighter or B Fighter.
Oh yeah, it was not.
It points out something that I think is a moralistic flaw in myself, where I kind of like these shows, but I really like watching them with Brian because of how much he hates them, and I don't know what that means. I don't know if I'm a bad person, but it gives a +3 to the viewing for him to be like, I hated that episode.
At least these ones we watched today had subtitles because when we were watching the original, we had no idea that
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Y'all good?
We had no idea what was going on. We just watched these old episodes in Japanese, so.
I mean, but there's even stuff like Zoo Ranger he was watching. I was like, this is okay. And then Car Ranger, I'm like, I fucking hate this show.
Car Ranger is amazing, but let's get...
But he thinks it's like the best fucking thing ever.
It's hilarious. Let's get Brian out of here.
Yeah,
He's got to
yeah.
work.
Thanks, guys. Good meeting you guys.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'll see you
back
again
at ya.
soon.
Hell yeah. And we are back.
Boom.
Hey, for real, Brian's super cool.
Isn't he?
Yeah. He's going to hear this and say, God damn it, guys. The next he sees, okay, after 50 minutes, they're going to talk about Sentai for the next 40 minutes, but then it's just us talking about how cool he is.
Yeah.
But hey, listeners, remember the title of this is Mostly Speaking
Brian
Sentai.
Duff.
Oh, darn it. That's where improv skills come in. I should have said Brian Duff. He's playing his stuff down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's grinding that improv. Yeah. He's also I would never say this to his face, but he's also super good at it.
Yeah. Well, when he's like, hey, I'm in improvised Shakespeare, I'm saying, dude, why? That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hired to film the last Cards Against Humanity show because they were like sending something. And I had never really seen Brian do that show. And Brian was a knockout. He's so good at it.
Yeah, we're going to have to go sometime. Oh, would he be so embarrassed to have our little eyes in the crowd?
Maybe.
Oh, man. Okay, let's get into
let's do this for real.
more stuff. I wrote down dogs love licorice.
That
was pretty strange.
That wasn't licorice.
Man, hey, if it looks like licorice, it smells like licorice, and dogs are eating it, guess what? It's licorice.
You know what it smells like?
Yeah, it's smell-o-vision. You didn't have the nozzles attached into your
No.
nose? Oh, man. When Kujaku's
I got
beak
freaking
fell off,
gypped.
you could smell her feather just browning out.
Ew.
Oh, man, this is what Mostly Speaking Sentai gets into, guys.
Yeah.
What's your next note?
Oh, my next note is...
Hey, why were the kids called failures after they turned around and were turned to stone? I thought that was a little harsh.
Oh, because they weren't Gorma. They were saying the process of us finding new Gorma failed. So these people were failures in this experiment.
Yeah.
Yes, they were correct in that. Just randomly going around and trying to turn kids to stone was not the best system.
I sit the work of Gorma, children's stones. I don't know what that note is.
All right.
Oh, is it the work of Gorma? Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, I had that too.
Is
What?
it I sit
Like,
the
at
work
this
of
point,
Gorma?
Their job has been stopping Gorma from doing things secretly forever, especially weird stuff. Why was that even a question?
Yeah, of course. If
Yeah.
children are getting turned to stone, however, it could be like a Banksy art style thing that he's just leaving stone statues everywhere. But if they know children are being turned into them, of course
Yeah.
it's Gorma.
The Sentai's other villain, Banksy.
Banksy. Banksy, we hate your graffiti.
Yeah.
We hate your art stuff.
Stop challenging the status quo. The status is quo for a reason.
Quit
Yeah.
pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
Him using an enlarging bomb on that stencil work of his of that guy getting shot. That was,
Yeah.
I think, a Banksy. All of a sudden, that grows 30 stories, and
Then it shreds itself.
oh yes, oh
Yeah.
man, and then it becomes more expensive. after it's shredded.
Yeah.
Oh, rich people, stop being fucking stupid.
There's a Adam Ruins Everything episode about art.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've seen clips of that. Is that one on Netflix?
I think so. I think it's the next one.
Yes.
Welcome to
We're gonna
Mostly
watch.
Speaking. Adam ruins everything.
Watch Adam Ruins Everything. It'll blow your mind.
Mostly speaking, true TV.
Yeah.
Oh, the Chris Gethard show. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Uh,
Magic for Humans. Wizards are real.
that's on Netflix, though.
Yeah.
Mostly Speaking Netflix.
Ooh. Hey, Patreon members.
Okay.
We don't have one. We got,
No gross eye.
oh, yeah, he didn't have, none of these people had a gross eye.
There's a third eye on the
Yeah,
the
like
smaller
it's
puppet.
like red,
Yes.
but it's not like
They don't
the
zoom
regular
in on
gross
it and
one.
it be a real eye.
And in the the farther in we get into the series, I've noticed that they don't have them like in people form.
Yeah.
The Gorma monsters.
I'm trying to think if, General Cactus eventually will
Yeah,
be
yeah.
that creep of a man.
That creep.
I'm trying to think of if any other ones, maybe not. There's so many that I can't just pull them out
Yeah.
of my whole bee-hole.
Wow.
Yeah, bee-holes.
Uh-huh.
Hey guys, hashtag bee-hole. I don't know
Bee-hole.
why. Daigo can fight in jeans, street style, WWF type shit.
This is something that happens in every episode I've ever seen of, and it happens in Juku Bee Fighter. It's a classic of these kind of things. But why must they like show up unarmored and unready to go?
Yeah,
in the
just
fight.
transform
Yeah, I don't know.
immediately.
Yeah.
Like when Daigo was punching guts, he should have transformed. Maybe they said something that his ki power couldn't work inside of the.
Hers did though.
Yeah. But wasn't that no, it wasn't after I think it
No.
was after a hole was in there.
Why didn't they want him to punch through?
Because they were afraid it would blow up.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
also, I have a thing. Okay, Garo's like, oh, I'm gonna murder this hooded heat wave guy.
Oh yeah, I love
so that they'll die. But in all the other episodes, when the Die Ranger kill the Gorma monster, everyone just gets released and they're fine. And I was like, so like that's what's gonna happen. They're just gonna get released and be fine because that's what happens every fucking episode.
Well, I think it's like this. If you were to crack a glass bottle, let's say there was a mirrored box and you crack it, you can still fish what's outside of it. But if you go up to a gas tank and smash that with a hammer a bunch of time, it's probably going to explode and murder whatever's inside it and you. I think that's the thinking behind it, is heat wave hood or whatever heat wave haze, hooded haze.
Yeah.
The Die Ranger Wikia and
so you're
this
saying
say-
that the Die
we
Ranger...
jumped ahead a whole episode. I just realized
Yeah.
What?
we're a whole episode ahead.
Oh yeah, we're talking about anything.
Right.
Yeah. I wrote down that Heatwave Hood should have some omeprazole because Daigo's giving him ulcers.
Boom.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a weird thing. I didn't realize that it wasn't just fire for a minute when they were doing the effect, because the effect for him was he was spraying people with fire.
Yeah.
And people were like reacting really strange to getting burnt alive.
Yes,
And
I-
I was like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, I wrote something down about that. Hurling heat haze to give fever. No, Kaku, it's fire. He's just melting these people alive.
Kaku, you idiot.
Oh, Kaku, get out of here.
He says something about no matter if it's your friends or someone you love, you gotta have trust.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
some good advice, guys.
Kaku, get out. Kaku said that?
Yeah.
Use that to fight your enemies.
He's got to get out of here. Kujaku abandoned all compassion like me after my parents got divorced or after my friends died in that car crash. Oh, man, I became an
you
emo
just
boy after
love
that.
talking about the
And you just
people dying.
love talking about how much I love talking about that. Ooh, got burnt. Heat waved, son. Heat waved. That's my hot breath falling on Nicole's body.
gosh.
Baby.
That's all right.
Just me here now.
Daigo likes a crying girl.
It's got NC-17.
Ooh. I've written down this note multiple times from other episodes, but never got to it. The Shishi mech, Daigo's mech, is the like cod piece for the Megazord. I don't know the name for Die Ranger, the Thunder Megazord. It's just a lion head for his to cover up his little peepee.
Yeah.
His little peepee. His little Johnson.
Yeah, that must be kind of weird thinking about it, where like if they're having a conversation on what they bring to the table, it's like, I'm the arms.
Yeah.
I'm the head. I'm the cockpits.
That show that I've been just putting on to fall asleep to, League of Super Evil, and they've done like more episodes of just like making fun of Power Rangers, and they sort of like recruit one of the henchmen, and he's just like, his part of the Zord is just like a mustache.
Oh,
It's
no.
pretty great.
What kind of mustache is it? Like a Selleck?
Like I don't know what that
Sweet
means.
Selleck.
Just a full-bodied mustache.
Like a
One you'd
like
wanna ride.
semi-curly one.
Okay. Like a
He's
Adams.
the turquoise ranger
Who's the turquoise ranger? Shoji?
in the episode.
I thought Pete was. Wasn't Pete turquoise?
Oh, and Morphbots? He was
Yeah.
green. Is that what turquoise is?
No. When we were talking about the stars.
Yeah.
Oh,
No. He was
Picnic?
Yeah, he was like plaid, and then everyone yelled at him because that's not a color.
I think Kevin was turquoise. Yeah.
I'm talking about in League of Super Evil.
Well, get out of here with that. We're mostly speaking Sentai right now.
Mostly.
Speaking.
Not Sentai.
Oh.
What else do we have here? Gara is mine to defeat. I hate that in shows where someone says, I'm going to stop you from murdering this terrible person. You could still pee on their grave. You could still get cathartic feelings from that.
The one of the best. Did you ever watch Firefly?
No.
One of the best episodes they ever did of that. There is like the hero is like lightly being tortured or whatever. Spoiler alert: the hero survives. And at the end, they're gonna let the main character fight the guy who was torturing them, because they go like, they stop and they say something on the lines of like, no, he's got to do this himself. And then off camera you hear, no, I don't. And then they're like, oh, okay. And they all just pull out guns and shoot that guy. And I was just like, I love this show forever. That is a good moment, because I hate that too. And it's in everything. It's such a universal trope.
Yeah,
But
it's the entire plot to Assassination Classroom.
what's that?
It's like, it's an anime and manga series where, to sum it up, the teacher is like this fun, cute alien guy. He's like teaching this class of students. I can't remember why. It's so fucking weird. But the kids have to like murder him before like the end of the year or something, or he'll like blow up the world. But then like the school is like hiring other assassins to try and kill the teacher. And they're like, you can't kill him. We have to kill him, because there's like a money reward or something. But it's like, if no one kills him, everyone dies.
Right.
So that's like the whole like driving force of that series, is just them being like, you can't kill him. We're gonna do it. But then they like they like love him so much that they just like don't kill him.
That's the same as Sonic the Hedgehog too.
Oh, yeah? At the end, he's just like, I got to take on Egghead.
Yeah. It's not really, but Tails could take him out. Sonic wouldn't mind. What else do we got? Sonic the Hedgehog. He eats chili dogs. He loves them.
That's in your notes.
Yeah, I as a kid loved chili dogs because Sonic loved chili
That's
dogs.
so
As an adult though, I love chili dogs because I love chili dogs. Also, I could say, hey guys, I'm like my best blue friend, Blue Beetle over there.
Blue Beetle.
Do you think Brian likes chili dogs?
No.
Oh, he doesn't?
No. I've never really fully gotten the scope of what Brian eats, but I know it's specific, and I don't think that'd be on it. We've multiple times, like when we were making Morphbots, would just be like, so we're just gonna order pizza or whatever, and he just would never eat. I'm not sure he eats. I mean, he just learned about toys on this podcast. I legit am not sure he's human.
No. He's cool.
I don't think he still knows what they're called.
Oh, he doesn't. Yeah. Or what their purpose is. Like, I think we'd have to explain joy first.
Yes.
And then get into how joy can be represented at night. Yeah, it'd be a long...
Was he there when you guys filmed the the fake toy commercials.
I guess, yeah, he was. He was definitely there. So
He says, pick up that thing.
yeah. The smaller representation of the larger thing. Pick that up.
The 1/8 scale thing. Pick that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that part.
What else do we got? I've been rattling off my notes. What do you have, Nikki Jake?
No, what do you have?
I think they have the same composer from Lethal Weapon, at least to do stings every once in a while, because like whenever they want to get emotional on a rooftop, you get the Lethal Weapons like,
Oh my God, yes, I love that.
yeah, I want that in my life.
Speaking of that, when Daigo says, I like her, okay? And then they all give that,
Yeah, it goes,
what? Guess what? Tyler, Brandon, and Alex had the same exact reaction when I told them that I liked Nicole.
Whoa.
They went, and Marshall, who was living with at the same time, did that same riff, but on an acoustic guitar. That really did not happen, guys. They just said, yeah, obviously you like her. You're constantly talking about her.
Mm-hmm.
You were the last to know.
I was the last to know that I was the first to know that I had an infatuation with her.
I was the second to know.
No, you weren't. I probably told Tyler first. I said, "Oh, this girl, she's
you
so
did tell me,
mysterious."
you did say that you loved me after like the second date.
Aw.
So I pulled a Ted Mosby. We said, "Hey,
Who?
awesome," from How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I accidentally said, we were saying, hey, see you later. This was when we started dating, the first day that, hey, this is official. I had probably gone out maybe 4 times before that. And I said, awesome, see you later, love you. And I was like, oh no, I did not, maybe someday I will. I do have strong feelings for you, but I don't actually mean that. And I
God.
thought it was done.
When you spend 12 years telling your kids about this story.
Oh, yeah. Just to say, hey, your mom's dead, actually. I've been pining over someone you call Aunt Robin.
Yeah. Also, here's
I'm
another person I had sex with.
Yeah, here's
Yeah.
all the people I had sex with. I'm very sorry that I have to bring this up. I can't have children. I have had a vasectomy.
Oh.
And
You
that's
still
all.
get your hand on some kids, though. Turn them into little tiny Draculas.
Yeah, get over here, kid. Let me shine a light on you. Are you Dracula? Are you stoned?
They owe me 2 options.
Yeah, you have 2 options. You're getting stoned, or
You're becoming a Dracula.
get over here, you vampire kid.
Being Dracula's my anti-drug.
Ooh.
Call back.
Because you can't get high when you're a Dracula, Nicole. They drink and drink. They smoke and smoke. But guess what? Nada. Can Wolverine get drunk?
No.
Okay.
I feel like I should know the answer to that. I don't know.
You do work at a comic shop. Wait.
I know it's
Do you want to
real
be expert?
bad. I should be fired.
Oh, no.
Because I think even Deadpool brings up that he can't.
I don't remember.
So it's like you'd have to consume enough to override the fact that he's like healing out
yeah.
of it, essentially. So I don't know.
They keep me around because I like manga and anime and all the small press stuff that no one else reads.
So they're all debating which hero can beat which hero in Marvel and stuff, and then when
Yeah,
someone comes up and asks about manga, they're like, go to her. Go, she's in the corner.
No, that's literally Rachel's like, Nicole, this person wants to know a good autobiography, and I'm like,
This person
I
wants to
got
read a
you.
book the wrong way.
but if they're like, what's the best Venom story? I'm like, I have no fucking clue.
They say, okay, well, let's get your opinion. Who would win, Goku or Superman? And then you would say, is Superman trying to abuse a child? Goku's a kid. And then they say, oh, she has only seen Dragon Ball.
Goku would win.
Goku over everything.
Superman's a fuckboy.
Vegeta would win, is the truth.
Ooh, probably, yeah.
Bulma would win.
Yeah.
How about that punch reverse punch? Does that ring anyone's bell?
Oh, they both punch each other at the same
Oh my
time.
They
God,
basically
yes!
just fist bump and then
Yeah.
fly away from each
Yeah.
other. Oh, I
I
can't
did
decide.
for a second. I was like, are they fist bumping?
Yes. Was that intentional or was that something they did in the edit and we're like, yeah, it looks cool, just leave it?
I'm guessing it was intentional.
It's a weird thing to decide to do.
Yeah. Oh, they both hit each other's fists
God.
real hard that it projects them the other way.
Right back where they started.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, something I thought was a really nice note. Speaking of that fight, where we're talking about the fight where the Green Ranger is fighting a funeral
Figurine ventriloquist. It's such a long name.
They did a very awesome Western breakdown that I thought was a little different for them.
Oh, yeah.
Where they cut all sounds, everything except for just like a little wind. They did a little stare off, and they had like a ringing can, and then right when it falls, they make their move, which is a classic cinema move in showdowns in the West, which I thought was pretty cool.
They should have made it more anime, and it's just a cat that goes meow, and then they start fighting.
Right. Or they just move forward at each other, cut to a black and one like light slash, and then they stand behind each other for a minute and one falls.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all love that.
And but they also have revolvers because guns are cool.
Yeah, but they punch with them because that's even cooler.
Yes. Or like a gun blade like on Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh! Guys, let's write a show.
No.
A baton?
Did
What
you
are
play
those
Final
called?
Fantasy VIII?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to start a podcast, man.
Dude, I've lived a full life.
Yes.
I've seen Digimon. I've played Diablo 2. I mean, what
Yes.
else could there be?
And Final Fantasy VIII.
Yep.
That's what else there could be.
Yeah, and I did it.
I didn't do any of those things. Maybe that's what I've been doing wrong.
Jeez.
I have all three of those in the apartment.
We need a modern retelling of Dead Poet Society where you're encouraged to really live your best life, which would involve playing Diablo 2 and
You
Final
have to
Fantasy
do
VIII.
tryst runs in order to get up to level 12. And then after that, you move on to a tomb run. You got to find a nice soul who will go through an entire normal campaign, hit all the quests that you need to, find an even better soul who will do all the quests so you get all those skill points.
You don't
and
just
then
like
bada
run
bing.
away from the monsters to just get to the end.
No, yes, that's what Nicole does. But technically, if you're doing runs with someone who is more experienced, that is also what you're doing. You're standing off to the side, far away enough not to get hit, but close enough to still
get
gain.
XP.
Yes, he knows the
been there.
deal.
I've lived a full life.
Okay, I think I just have a couple more notes. Oh, I did equate Gaara's big old sword and Kujaku's tiny little two swords to like Gaara's got a big old clitoris and Kujaku's
Wow.
Two dicks.
Really?
has two tiny clitori. That's the plural for clitoris.
What did you drag me into?
Oh.
Clitori.
Is it?
So when there's like a pack of them, they're a clitori.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you know that according to
Jim?
the gay bed and breakfast, you can keep things inside
Yes.
your clitoris?
Hey guys, listen to episode 3 of This Movie's Gay. Nicole's on it. We're talking the gay bed and breakfast of terror. You'll understand that joke.
You can keep things in there.
God, I wish I had a clitoris to stash things in. This episode is probably the most tame when it comes to stuff like that until now. We're earning that explicit. Daigo is glistening.
No, the Tyler episode is definitely the worst.
No, I'm saying this episode is earning the explicit tag that it's going to get.
Got it.
But Daigo's glistening in that.
I didn't
in
say
the
fuck enough.
heat wave chamber.
Oh, yeah.
They're both glistening.
They're being reborn.
Oh, Nicole's noticing Kujaku glistening.
God damn it. You set me up, motherfucker.
What else do we have? I did say
Again, new episode, right? We're on the second one.
We're on
they
whatever.
Waited again to transform as a group. They show up and try to fight the monsters before putting their suits on. It's just,
Yeah.
it's baffling. It is like, assumingly the suits give you extra endurance, extra strength, extra whatever,
Yes.
and you choose to get into the danger before you activate it. And there's no indication that there's a time limit to them running.
the only thing I could think of is it does run on key power, which once in one episode they kind of used up the key power, but that's it.
Do you think maybe like it's the key? They need to like feel the adrenaline to like have the ramp up. Like they can't go in cold turkey into the suit, so maybe they've got to get like scared enough. And that's why they do something like that.
Sure.
I'm just trying to find a real answer.
Well, Kou did turn into the Kiba Ranger, the White Ranger, to like blast wind up schoolgirls' skirts, but I guess that could give you adrenaline.
Yeah. like some kind of perverty adrenaline.
Yeah, but all that adrenaline's going straight to his ding dong.
Wow.
Yeah, we mentioned a little bit about almost killing that heat hood, but I thought that was just so brutal that she was just gonna stab her second in command there.
Yeah.
In the back.
Gorma don't care.
Gara's a badass bitch.
Hey, I was gonna say it, but I can't say it because I'm a man.
Yeah, are you though? Just kidding.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I got a ding dong. Ugh. I'm sorry you have to like be
No.
a part of. This is the second time.
I am only upset Brian is just not here to witness this.
Yes.
I love during the intro that the episode description. He said, What is going on here?" A personal friend of ours. The first time we started doing these, I was reading it, and in the episode, you can hear him say, "What is this? What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh no, this. I'm glad you had that reaction. That's what I'm aiming for."
I want a video of you with a like megaphone out on the street in the middle of the loop doing the next lead in just to whoever is walking by.
No context.
No context.
Oh,
just
God.
maybe in a dilapidated Sentai suit. Just
Yeah.
onesie just yelling at people. I got cameras.
No,
I was just
a
about to say, you do
I
film
do
work.
have
Yeah.
cameras.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicole, we're doing this.
Sure.
We're doing it. We're doing
Okay.
it good.
Break out your morph suit and
Oh, yeah, that I don't have.
We'll
and
figure it
your
out.
Sharpies.
We're getting close to an hour and a half, but we don't have regular We will ask. You want to know what?
Oh no, we forgot.
Yes. So,
I can pretend to be Brian.
yes,
I
I was just going to ask.
God damn it.
Remember, Gorma, it's a noun and. Okay.
You see it happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
A Gorma is a noun and a occupation or title. What do you think Brian's Gorma would have been if he were here?
No, I can't. I was thinking for a second that I could get in the head of Brian, but then like Heath Ledger, I started going a little insane. I think it's it's a lot to be in there. But what are the two things again? It's a noun and a
And occupation or title.
for Brian Duff.
Hey, I saw him more like Brian Buff.
Oh right. Oh, that's actually where
Yeah.
I was gonna go.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna go with the squat sister. Like a powerlifting nun,
Nice.
like Sister Act.
What?
Because Brian, he puts up weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's very religious. I don't know about the second one, but
okay.
the first one, he puts up weight.
Okay. I was going to say, oh, fuck. I'm glad I didn't go very hard into some stuff. Because, also, he would have been sitting on a chair that has an upside down cross necklace on it.
Uh-oh.
Covered in fake blood.
Yes. And signatures from Satanic the Soulless on it. That's a rapper. That was at that concert. That's also, that's the poster right there that has all the signatures on it. I got that because I hitchhiked there.
Damn.
Yeah. Hell on Earth, Murder House Records.
So,
check them out.
Did you know any of those people, or were you such a problem that like they had to pull you into the back? Like, did
No.
word spread that this guy hitchhiked here, and we have to take him in the back and talk to him about being responsible? Did Wayne Dub talk to you about being responsible?
I love that the one person you picked was Wayne Dub.
Well,
no,
I assume
was-
the Dwyer River Rat doesn't care too much.
No, the Downriver Rat. Mental War, Demonic. Those two acts I was very good friends with. Demonic, who was on a previous episode of this. They were a friend. Also, Lissa Sear, who's that poster, and Never Dead Click. I was very friendly with them. I ended up being on their record label, Kill Yourself Productions, spelled with a Z, of course.
Oh, you gotta have a Z. Boy, where was the Z?
In Kill. No, in
Kills.
Productions.
Selves.
I was familiar with them, and that's why they drove me back.
Gotcha.
Then, okay, so yeah, he'd be the Squat Sister.
The Squat Sister.
I think that's all we have for today. This was.
I feel so sorry. Did we screw this up?
Oh no, it's great. This is what this podcast is. It molds to whoever the guest is.
Okay, so the more unprepared and sloppy the person, the more the episode.
Yeah. Oh, fully deteriorated. They were talking about, I would love to see just a Hellraiser-esque, just body horror Kujaku deteriorating and her like skin falling off, and you can see blood and muscle bones.
Is that what's going on with the feathers falling out?
Yes.
Okay, and that's because she doesn't have a teardrop?
Yeah, it's the holy peacock teardrop,
Right.
something like that. It's something that will purify anything, and it will help her live in a polluted airspace.
Oh, so she's just dying because of the environment.
Yes.
Oh, so
Yeah.
this was like a big political thing.
Yep.
Gotcha. Because usually, like I said on the last time, they're like extremely right-wing conservative on this show, and it's kind of alarming. But in this one, they're pro the environment getting
Yep.
clean.
Yeah.
So, man.
Sometimes it'll creep through tokusatsu stuff like Godzilla versus Hedorah, I think is the name of it, the smog monster. It is nothing but 70s hippies promoting anti-pollution.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen that one, but I want to. Hedorah looks fucking cool.
Yeah. They need to revamp Hedorah. What do you have to plug?
Well, we got Morph Bots.
Hell
Has
yeah.
already been plugged. Bots.morph.com. There's 6 episodes. You were talking earlier about how the first episodes got a lot of views. Our morphine addiction episode has a lot of views. If anyone wanted to check out our feminism episode, or that's the second one, or the third one where it's about police brutality, those are 2 awesome episodes, and I'd love more people to see them.
And the season finale.
Oh, yeah.
Watch that too.
That one's pretty good, too. Yeah. If
Yeah.
you want to see some great shivving, some
Oh.
prison yard shivving, check it out.
My favorite bits are the like PSAs.
Oh, thank you.
The gun, the don't give up your gun, and the don't try this at home. Those are my favorite.
Yeah, the don't try this at home was like one we couldn't avoid doing because it's like, that's really what's going on with these shows. Is they're like, yeah, don't do this. You couldn't do this.
Sick moves.
I like
Because they're
the
so sick.
proper way to bully.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's important to know. Oh, and then depending on when this drops, there will be another show called Todd Groban's Going Away Party, which is thing we shot over the summer. It's basically like a comedic Twilight Zone, but if all the characters of all the different episodes, the only thing that ties the events together is they all went to the same corporate-sponsored party at a bar.
Okay.
Yeah. First
And-
episode's up on Channel Flux right now. You can watch. That was kind of like a pilot that we did for no money to get a little bit of funding to do the rest of the series. And the rest of the series will be edited whenever I find the time to do that.
When do you think that'll be out?
Hopefully we're looking for either February or end of February for the
Okay.
first one. And then there'll be 6 of those.
Is there any social media that people could get? This will be mid-January, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. You can follow us on Muscular Clown on Twitter, Instagram, or our YouTube channel, which is where we host a lot of our videos we've already made. And then Channel Flux is the company that paid for the series to happen, so it'll be on all their stuff. And that's Flux with 2 X's.
Hell yeah. And we'll have links in the description. And you'll be back in
Oh, yeah.
February for Mostly Lovin' Lucha, I believe.
Mostly Lovin' Lucha.
Hell yeah. Nicole, what you got?
Ooh, me?
Yeah.
I
Couldn't be.
have Darling Homebody on Etsy and Instagram, and currently working on a website, which might be done by the time this comes out, but depending on my work schedule.
Yeah.
What do we got? Mostly Sketch and Sentai
Boom.
Yeah.
on Twitch, YouTube,
And Facebook.
and Facebook. Okay,
Yeah.
and Facebook. And then those, like the Gorma monsters that we end up
Creating on the show.
Yeah, creating the picture at the end. We're putting on Redbubble so you can like buy them on t-shirts and shit.
Fuck yes.
Super fun.
That's such a good idea. I'm going to have to get me a hamburger manager.
Yeah.
Yes. What else do I have to plug?
Crumb Bums.
Oh yeah, Crumb Bums on just follow us on Instagram. That's where all the good stuff is. And hopefully if I have the website up, I want to just like have them on that website.
Yeah.
But it's in the very beginning stages.
For me, check out my other podcasts. This Movie's Gay. That's with my non-hetero friend Corwin. We're just talking about LGBTQ movies. And pretty much like this, we're goofing on them. However, all the movies we've watched, we love. They're great movies. Check out episode 3 that Nicole was on. It's a great introduction episode if you love our podcast, mostly Speakin' Sentai. because Nicole's on it with Corwin and I. We're talking the gay bed and breakfast of terror. It's even more bonkers than the title suggests.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, that movie is
amazing bonkers.
It's crazy.
It's also only $1.99 on Vimeo to rent.
It is not what you would expect it to be at all.
There's maybe 30 minutes in the middle that is not great. Or you want to know what? It's just the 30 minutes in the middle are sandwiched between bonkers at the beginning and batshit crazy bonkers at the end. So it just feels slow compared to those two things. It's a great movie. Then check out I'll Get There with previous guests Courtney and Monse. We're just bullshitting an hour and a half. And a newer podcast with previous guest TC from episode 4 of Mostly Speaking Sentai called What the Hell Mouth. It's a Buffy the Vampire Slayer podcast.
Good name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's this, but TC and I are... Anissa is an adult, the other co-host, and TC and I are just trying to make each other laugh by saying the dumbest shit. So Anissa barely talks in some episodes because, except she says, oh, and here's a segue to get us back to talking about actually Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Check those out. I'll also have another podcast out soon. Maybe Andrew and I might have something cooking in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
It's just finding him to have time.
Oh my God.
But think if you had a podcast, you'd be able to promote all of your stuff every single
Right?
week.
Yep.
I'm
Got to get on that content train.
yeah. Ooh, also mostly playing PlayStation, my Let's Play
Yeah.
one-man podcast. It's bonkers. Check it out. It's me trying to fill in.
It's not bonkers. It's just like you saying random shit.
Yes, it is bonkers.
Bonkers.
It's bonkers, guys.
Here's how an episode ends. It'll already be out by the time this is. I'm just like saying bye, and then I say, you want to know what? I'll count down 3, 2, 1, and then I'll go, "Mwah." And you make the kiss noise at the same time, and it'll be like we're kissing each other, you and the audience. And then it escalates from there.
Nice.
Check it out, guys.
Make
Mostly
love
playing
to that
PlayStation.
Check
It's
it
on
out on Twitch.
YouTube and Facebook. Mostly Speaking Sentai on all of those platforms.
Yeah.
All right. I have been James.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Andrew.
And
Brian was here.
And Brian was here.
Yes, and Brian was here. And we've been Mostly Speaking Sentai.
Oh, God. Thank you for having me on.
This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCullum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today.